Hi y'all. I just wanted to show you some of these papers that I made the other day. These are all jelly plate. I use various stencils. Not a huge variety of colors, but basically the aqua white, um, the navy blue, some dark red, and some dark green. It's about all I used on all of these, but they turned out really cool and I wanted to show them to you. There's a spiderweb stencil here. That shows up really well. Several different kinds of stencils on this one and this one. I also did a little mark making on a few of them. You can just see the little bit of white and a little bit of black here. It's kind of hard to tell unless I tip it up there for you like that. The white portion of this, it's quite a bit of white. I thought at some point I might come back through here and put maybe some black rings or some other mark makings. The white, though, was made from, it's gesso. Basically, I just put the gesso on the jelly plate and then just kind of tapped it here and there. I did that on several of these. Also, again, this one, all that whole white portion of that is gesso as well. This one I loved. I just loved some parts of this, like right here, how that color, oh, it's just a beautiful color on this one. Okay, this one I did put the couple little X's on there. And you can see I used some of metallics on a few of these. This one I think is the first one so far that I've used any metallics on. Not a big fan of the X's on that, by the way. I did a small bit of mark making on this, just some little dots and little tiny X's here. I just love the way these colors all blend together. I think this is a really cool part. I can't remember what this stencil is here. They're all old. I've not purchased anything in a long time. I did use a little bit of gold paint on this one. I think it's maybe just a couple of them that I used that gold on. I like the colors in this one too. This was just a really simple, I had a bunch of paint on my, excuse me, need some more tea here. I had some paints on my plate already, and I basically just did a quick pull. You can still see some of the, I don't know if it shows up on the camera, some of the gold shining through there, and just a lot of different colors shining through. Okay, a little bit lighter turquoise on this with some of the dark green and red. I just love those colors together. Alright, this is another one that I plan on going back and doing some mark making with the circles or maybe more stencils or whatever, because this is the gesso over the top. It's another cool one. I did do quite a bit of mark making on this one. And a little bit of the gesso, but not much. And there's just some really cool areas on this too. This one's mostly green. There's a little bit of that gold left up here. Gold color, not the metallic gold. This one was really plain, but I really liked it. It's just, to me, it's just grunge. I love the grunge. Another cool one. I think if I used it, it would want to go like that, but this one is fairly intricate. It's got a lot of different stencils and different layers on it. Kind of had to go back and forth over this one several times. Also, another one of my favorites with that flower right there in the middle and here. These papers, they feel so thick once they get, several coats of paint on them. I basically do just like a layer or two, and then I put them on the floor around me till they dry, and then I pick them back up and pick up some more color on them. You can see that little bit of gold there. It shows up really good on the camera, but not so much actually in person, but that's a really pretty one too. There's a different stencil underneath here, one that has little swirlies. That wasn't mark making or anything. That was just from a stencil. You can see some of the gold, the shine there, or that picked up on the plate. That's pretty cool. Ah, the blue and some greens together with a little bit of gold. Love this one. It's pretty light in the center, but I don't mind that. I wish I could remember where I got this stencil. It's one of my favorites. And this is pretty cool. Quite a bit of gold in this one. Kind of looks greenish on the camera, but it is actually a gold color. I've had some problems with my camera. I can't get it to adjust properly anymore. With that spider web stencil on there. There's several layers on that one too. And a lot of texture, that flower. I can see the spider web. I can count maybe 4 different stencils, 5 different stencils, and I don't know how many colors on that one. Now this one, excuse me, the spider web really shows up on this one. I also used it to remove some of the color up here, and then it's also across here a little bit too. This is a different one. I think I got a little purple in here. Yeah, you can see it around the edges and stuff. A little bit of that light turquoise and some green. They go really well together. The gold. All the spider webbing and different layers of paint over paint. I think this one probably started off me cleaning my roller and several different ways. Just a background piece and then went layer after layer over the top. As this one did as well. You can tell the difference in the colors. The flower stencil underneath and all kinds of goodies on this one. Ah, this is one of my favorites. With that green and the red. A little bit of gold up here. And the last one. This one also has quite a bit of that metallic gold kind of still sticking on it. I only put that on the jelly plate once, but it's, I think, what, 3 or 4 different pages really show quite a bit of the gold just by pulling it off the jelly plate. But you can see all the different stencil marks in there, the little stencil and everything. Anyway, so those are my papers. I didn't do the backs. I'd imagine if I was going to do a book or put them together in a journal, I'd have to go back through and do something with the backs, but you can see just on a few of them that I've, I rolled off the extra paint from my brayer, and they look pretty cool in their own right, but I'm not quite sure if that's enough for a journal. But alright, well, there you go. There's my papers, and I'm going to do a video of how I do these. It gets kind of involved and you might get bored, but I think that I think it'd be fun. Honestly, I do. So stay tuned, and I'll be making another video soon. Thank you.